Have you ever just felt completely swamped by all the money advice out there? Like, you want financial freedom, but figuring out how to actually get there feels impossible.
Yeah, it's a really common feeling. Which is why today we're doing something a bit different. We're taking a deep dive into a specific source, a popular YouTube video that's promising a kind of shortcut to what she calls your rich girl era.
Right. And our mission here isn't just to give you a summary. We want to pull out the absolute best bits, the key ideas and actions that could genuinely help you move forward financially.
Exactly. We're looking at three main things from the video. First, the mindset piece, which she argues is critical. Second, those common money mistakes we all need to stop making, like yesterday.
Okay.
And finally, the actual habits and investment strategies. She talks about the rich girl habits.
So the idea is by the end of this, you'll have a clearer roadmap, maybe feel a bit less overwhelmed, and have a fresh take on building wealth, all based on what this creator shared. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first up, mindset. It sounds a bit fluffy sometimes, maybe, but she really hammers home that how you think about money is, like, step one.
Totally. It's often overlooked, but it can fundamentally change things. She talks about mastering an abundance mindset. Basically, believing money isn't this scarce thing you have to hoard, but more like a current that flows.
Okay, like it comes and goes, and that's okay.
Precisely. And she shares this really powerful personal story to back it up.
Yeah.
In January 2023, she bought her first sort of luxury item, a Coach bag, around 200 pounds. Felt like a huge risky deal for her then.
Mm-hmm.
But then, just 6 months later, she's in Paris buying a Chanel classic flat bag. A massive leap.
Wow, yeah, in 6 months.
Yeah. And she puts that transformation, that ability to make that jump entirely down to shifting her mindset towards abundance. It's not just about bags, obviously. It applies to any big financial goal.
So how did she actually do that? Just decide to think differently?
Well, it was active. She talks about flipping limiting beliefs, moving from, I can't afford this, to constantly asking, okay, how can I afford this?
Right, shifting the focus to possibility.
Exactly. And using visualization. She even found an old selfie where she'd literally written, I will make 6 figures in a year. So putting it out there, making it tangible.
That's interesting. And it ties into not putting money on a pedestal, right? Seeing it as a tool.
Yes, definitely. She really pushes back against treating money like this sacred object to be feared or worshipped. It's just a currency, a tool for getting things that bring you value or happiness, food, clothes, experiences, whatever.
So you should be willing to, like, spend it, even lose it, as she puts it, if you're getting value back.
That's the idea. Which brings up a good point for us to think about. What's our internal money talk like?
Mm-hmm.
She strongly warns against constantly saying things like, I'm so broke, or I can't afford that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it feels true, it keeps you stuck in scarcity mode.
Yeah, that makes sense. It kind of reinforces the lack. So what's the alternative? Just pretend you're rich?
Not quite. It's more about shifting your vocabulary. Instead of saying something's expensive, maybe frame it as a goal or something I'm working towards.
Ah, okay. Subtle change.
Subtle, but powerful. She argues it changes your perception, even your energetic vibration around money. Basically, how you feel about it and attract it.
And this healthier relationship needs boundaries too, right? She mentions struggling with spending as her income grew.
Yeah, she admits she wasn't great at sticking to a budget. Her fix, budgeting apps. She specifically calls out one called Rise Up.
Okay.
Said it really helped her get control and improve her relationship with money. Features like monthly forecasts, breaking down spending by category. It just made budgeting less of a chore compared to her old spreadsheets.
Using tech to build discipline. I like that. Okay, so mindset is key. But even with the right attitude, people mess up. Let's dig into those common money mistakes she says we have to stop.
Absolutely. Number 1 on her hit list. Buy now, pay later schemes, BNPL, and just general credit card debt for stuff you don't need.
Like impulse buys, fashion hauls, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Her rule is really stark, and she repeats it. Unless you can buy 3 of it, you shouldn't be buying it at all.
Whoa, 3, that's a high bar.
It is. But her point is that BNPL is designed by companies to make you overspend. It's a trap, not a tool for non-essentials.
Okay, that's clear. What else?
Over-diversification. Trying to do too many things at once, like a nail business and a jewelry business and giving swimming lessons.
Spreading yourself too thin.
Yeah. She argues that real wealth often comes from being the absolute best at one thing. Being top of your pile, as she puts it. Focus is key.
So instead of 5 side hustles, maybe just 1, alongside your main job.
Maximum 1, she suggests. And this connects to our concept of burning the boats.
Burning the boats sounds intense.
It is. It means getting rid of your plan B, fully committing everything time, energy, focus to your plan A.
That sounds risky. Did you talk about that? I mean, not everyone can just ditch their safety net.
She acknowledges it's high pressure, definitely. But she speaks from experience. When she graduated, broke, living at home, she gave herself 6 months to make YouTube work. No backup plan.
Wow.
She says that pressure is why it worked. It forced her to succeed. Now, obviously, that level of risk isn't for everyone, but it highlights her belief in total commitment.
Okay, a powerful, if potentially scary strategy. What other mistakes does she cover?
Self-deprivation because of money stress. Denying yourself basic things out of fear.
Ah, yeah. She shared that story about not eating fruit at university, right?
Yes, for 2 years, because she thought it was too expensive. Lived on freezer food instead. She really regrets that now, seeing how it just reinforced a scarcity mindset over basic well-being.
That really hits home. It's easy to do in small ways without realizing the cost.
Another one, staying in the same job for too long.
Oh, interesting. Challenging that old idea of company loyalty.
Exactly. She cites a Forbes article, apparently. Staying put for more than 2 years can mean earning 50% or even more less over your lifetime compared to those who move around.
50%. That's staggering.
Right. So her advice is, don't be shy about asking for raises and be willing to switch jobs purely for a significant income boost.
Okay, noted. And then there's the comparison trap, especially with social media. That feels like a big one today.
Huge. She warns against comparing your financial situation to what you see online. It's mostly fake.
Fake how?
Oh, yeah, never know the real story. That fancy lifestyle could be funded by massive credit card debt, unpaid taxes, maybe the luxury goods are counterfeit or they were gifts. You just don't know.
So the takeaway is just focus on your own numbers, your own journey.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't let someone else's curated fee make you feel bad or drive your spending.
Good advice. She also mentioned a specific rule for living within your means, didn't she? About rent.
Yes. Your rent, including bills and food, should ideally be no more than 30% of your income.
30% total for essentials. Okay.
And the underlying principle is crucial. Just because you can technically afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Always aim to live below your means.
And that connects back to the rule of 3 again, right? Can you buy it 3 times over after essentials and saving investing?
Exactly. It's a tough discipline, but it ensures you're truly building wealth, not just spending.
Okay, final mistake. Something about saving cash being bad. That sounds wrong.
It sounds counterintuitive, yeah. But she means just letting large amounts of cash pile up in a regular bank account.
Why is that bad? Isn't saving good?
Saving is good, but cash loses value over time because of inflation. £100 today buys less than £100 did 5 years ago. So just holding cash means you're slowly getting poorer in real terms.
Ah, okay. So what's the wealthy approach then?
Once you have your emergency fund sorted, she suggests about 3 months of expenses.
Right.
Any cash beyond that needs to be put to work. Invested in the stock market, put into a pension, maybe reinvested into your business. Something where it has the potential to grow faster than inflation.
Like a general investment savings account, maybe? Or you can still access it if needed?
Exactly. The point is, don't just let it sit there losing purchasing power. Make your money work for you.
Gotcha. Okay, so we've covered mindset shifts and mistakes to avoid. Let's move on to the proactive stuff, the rich girl habits for actually building wealth.
Right. And first up, surprisingly, maybe after the debt warnings, is strategic credit card use.
Strategic? How so?
It's not about borrowing money you don't have. It's about using a credit card for your normal, everyday expenses, groceries, bills, things you'd buy anyway.
Okay.
And then this is the crucial part, paying the balance off in full and on time every single month.
Ah, so you avoid interest, build your credit score. What else?
You can optimize spending. She mentions cards like the Amex Gold, where you earn points on everything you buy. Those points can then be redeemed for real things, groceries, flights, whatever. So you're essentially getting a kickback on money you are already spending.
Makes sense. Using the system, not letting it use you. What's next?
Starting small. This combats that overwhelm we talked about, seeing all the massive wealth online.
Yeah, that can be paralyzing.
Totally. So she says, tailor your first steps to where you are now. If you're a teenager, maybe just focus on setting up an emergency fund.
Okay.
Student with no job. Focus on financial literacy, reading, learning. Got a job. Maybe start investing just 5% of your income each month into the stock market.
So small, achievable wins.
Exactly. Builds momentum, builds that abundance feeling because you're actually doing something.
Which leads nicely into investing in the stock market. She shared her own experience, right?
Yeah, she uses an app called Free Trade and mentioned making about £4,800 in the 6 months before filming. Her main strategy, ETFs.
Exchange-traded funds, right?
Right.
Remind us what those are again.
Think of them like a basket of stocks. Instead of picking individual companies, you buy a share of the basket, which might hold hundreds or even thousands of different stocks.
So it's diversified automatically?
Yeah.
Lower risk?
Generally, yes. Much lower risk than picking individual stocks.
Yeah.
She specifically mentioned the S&P 500.
Which tracks the 500 biggest U.S. companies.
Right. Known for pretty consistent long-term growth.
Right.
And the FTSE 100 for the UK market.
Did she mention any individual stocks she holds?
She did list a few. NVIDIA, which has had huge growth, Spotify, Apple, though she admitted she was actually down on Apple at the time, which she said is normal. Fluctuations happen.
Good point about fluctuations.
Yeah, also Shopify, Elf Cosmetics, Microsoft, TD Bank, which pays dividends, Amazon, and Meta.
Okay, quite a mix. But the main message about the stock market was?
Long-term mindset, absolutely critical. The market goes up and down daily, even yearly, but historically, over decades, it trends upwards significantly.
So don't panic sell when it dips?
Exactly. Her advice is to aim to keep your money invested for at least 10 years, ideally longer, to ride out the bumps and capture the real growth.
Patience is key. Okay, what other habits?
Leveraging financial advisors.
Getting professional help. Isn't that expensive?
Not necessarily upfront. Many work on a percentage basis. They take a small cut of the money they manage for you.
So they're incentivized to make your money grow.
Right. And they can help guide your decisions, take away some stress, and plan for long-term things like pensions.
Makes sense. She also had thoughts on investing in property versus a business.
Yeah, she kind of pushes back against the default invest in housing advice, especially for younger people.
Why is that? Property seems like a safe bet.
She points out the phantom hidden costs, taxes, maintenance, dealing with tenants, repairs. Plus, it could take ages to actually get your money back out or see a significant return.
Okay. So what's her alternative?
She argues a business can often be a better, more cash-rich investment early on, potentially offering quicker returns you can then reinvest.
Interesting. Does she dismiss property entirely?
Not entirely. She mentions things like running an Airbnb business or owning an HMO that's a house and multiple occupation. Renting rooms individually can be more lucrative. But her overall vibe is stick with what you know. And for her, business and stocks seem preferred early on.
Got it. And investing isn't just about money, right? She talked about skills.
Yes. Investing in yourself. Learning new things, especially high-income skills. Soak up financial knowledge, Google, YouTube, Skillshare, courses, books, finding mentors.
And that directly feeds into potentially starting a side hustle or increasing your main income.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Right.
Which leads to her points on passive income.
The dream. Making money while you sleep. How?
She gave a couple of interesting, maybe slightly cheeky examples.
Mm-hmm.
One was people taking clips from her popular YouTube videos, making them into TikTok shorts over a minute long.
Okay.
And apparently making a few £100s a month through TikTok's creativity beta program, passively, using her content.
Wow. Is she okay with that?
She mentioned it almost like, look what's possible. Another example was those long fireplace videos on YouTube.
Yeah, the ones that just loop for hours.
Right. Apparently, they can be easily generated with AI now. People put them on, maybe fall asleep, ads run, and the creator makes passive income. It's about finding ways to work smarter, not just harder.
Clever. Okay, almost there. Final habit.
Consistent money management. Budgeting, tracking expenses, going back to those apps.
Yeah.
But also having a regular scheduled time, like monthly, to sit down and review everything.
Like a financial checkup.
Exactly. Look at income, outgoings. Where can I earn more? Where can I cut back, especially from those sinking funds, like clothes or eating out, and redirect that money into investments instead?
And the ultimate goal here isn't just a bigger bank balance, it's
net worth. That's the key metric. She contrasts the average view of, say, a £5,000 salary as money to spend versus the wealth builder's view.
Yeah.
How much of this can I invest in stocks, my pension, my business?
Right. And she had that tip about a separate account for fund spending.
Yeah, the sinking fund account. Money for holidays, clothes, whatever. She calls it money I have said goodbye to. It creates a clear mental separation so you don't accidentally spend your investment capital.
Smart. So just to be crystal clear, net worth is
Assets minus liabilities. Assets are things you own that have value. Stocks, savings, property, your pension fund, maybe valuable cars or jewelry, even things like Birkin bags apparently count.
Okay. And liabilities.
Liabilities are what you owe. Car loans, mortgage payments, credit card debt, any recurring payments you're committed to. Tracking the difference, your net worth, is the real measure of financial progress.
Phew. Okay. That was a lot, but really practical stuff drawn from her experience. So wrapping this deep dive up, what's the big takeaway for everyone listening?
We've hit those 3 pillars: the power of mindset, the crucial mistakes to ditch, and those proactive wealth-building habits. The source material includes homework, and we think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so your challenge, if you're up for it, is to pick just one thing from today's discussion, one concrete action you'll take this week.
Maybe it's downloading a budgeting app like Rise Up or another one. Maybe it's looking up the S&P 500 ETF. Maybe it's just finding one financial creator whose style resonates with you. Just one thing.
Because remember, this is a journey, right? Not an overnight fix. Every small step adds up.
Exactly. Building wealth takes time and intention.
So as you think about all this, maybe the final question to ponder is, what's the one limiting belief about money that you are going to challenge and start reframing after hearing all this today?